Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Missouri School Boards Association's Board Report for the month of November. We thank you for the opportunity to share some news and information during a few minutes of your board meeting. We begin with a look at the continuing impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on Missouri's public schools. School districts throughout the state are implementing the protocols and policies designed to keep students, teachers, and staff safe and healthy while keeping students in school. The new director of the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services, Dawn Karoff, tells us one new option aimed at keeping students in school following an exposure to COVID-19 is called Test to Stay.
If they are close contact, can remain in school as long as that they're constantly being tested and they are consistently and correctly wear a mask. So it keeps kids in the school. Also, a very important part of a student's education are the extracurricular activities, and the Test to Stay also allows them to participate in those activities. So yeah, it's just another option for schools to keep kids in the classroom.
Karoff says it's also important to take precautions against the seasonal flu as the weather turns colder. He says we can't count on another mild flu season this year.
And our fear is that people say, well, it's just going to be another mild year, but we can't predict that now. And certainly as students and teachers, parents are starting to get more indoors because it's starting to get a little cooler out, it's particularly worrisome. And now's really the time to get vaccinated. It takes a few weeks for really have full coverage from the influenza vaccine. We're getting close to Thanksgiving. So obviously now's the time that students, parents, teachers should get their annual influenza vaccine.
Updated school guidance for COVID-19 is posted on the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education's website. School districts throughout the state are continuing to struggle with the shortage of teachers. A new effort to recruit and retain teachers sponsored by the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education is called Teach Missouri. Its goals are to elevate the teaching profession, improve the perception of being a teacher, attract the next generation of Missouri teachers, and develop a statewide recruitment system. Here's a public service announcement produced for Teach Missouri.
You'd make a great teacher. Teach has all you need to get started for free. On teach.org, you can search for state-approved teaching programs around the country and find in-person, online, and hybrid certification courses that fit you and your schedule. You can also find resources like stories from real teachers, information about financial aid options, teacher pay, certification how-to guides, and a personalized to-do checklist. If you have any questions, you can talk to our teacher coaches. Subscribe to get all these resources and more.
You can find out more about how to become a teacher in Missouri by visiting missouri.teach.org. It won't be long until the Missouri General Assembly convenes for its 2022 regular session in January. Education issues are likely to be the subject of considerable discussion, as is the case most years in the Missouri legislature. The MSBA Board of Directors has approved legislative priorities for the session, including opposition to vouchers, tuition tax credits, or other programs that erode support for public schools, opposition to moving school board elections from April to November, and support for the expansion of and access to high-capacity broadband internet services throughout Missouri. Pre-filing of bills for the 2022 session will begin in early December. That's it for this month's edition of the MSBA Board Report. Thanks for allowing us to have some time at your board meeting, and so long from Columbia.